Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So today I'm going to be very nosy. I would like to see, for today's pick a pile reading, pick a card, pick a pile, whatever, reading, I want to know who's watching, stalking your social media. I would like to see. So, and I know you would like to see as well because y'all typically like these types of readings. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so let's get into it. We've got pile 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I'll give you a moment to meditate on your pile. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, who's watching or stalking your social media? So I'm getting a strong X energy, but it definitely does not have to be. It's just the strongest energy coming in, because this could definitely be anyone that fits this criteria right now. Like I said, doesn't have to be an X, but I feel strongly that at least some of you, this is a strong energy coming from that X. Okay, now this is a person that betrayed you in some way, like they did you dirty, or a person that you at least perceived to have done you that way, right? So like I said, an ex-friend, an old co-worker, family member, whoever you align with this energy I'm getting into, because I feel like I have two overlapping energies and scenarios, but it could be any of those people, right? So I'll just get into it. Now, at the top, you have the letter, the snake, and the journal in reverse. So something came out about this person that it was something that was revealed to you that was a betrayal. So it appears that this person was working against you and cheated you in some way. So if it was an ex, they likely cheated on you. But it doesn't have to be that this ex cheated on you. They could have still gotten over on you or did you dirty in a way that I'm going to describe. So a lot of you, this is a highly jealous person that wanted you with basically nothing good. So if you look at the orphan in the desert, like that's the energy. Like they want you alone with nothing. Okay? So again, this could still be an ex that just feels entitled to your energy, but this is a person that feels entitled to your energy. And I'm hearing for some of you, this isn't necessarily an act of betrayal so much as it's a mindset. So this is a person that was never happy for you unless your successes benefited them in some way. So this person didn't want you to have fun, enjoy life. They didn't want you to be successful in your career. They didn't want other people to like or respect you. They wanted you with no friends, again, unless it benefited them. Some of you, this person is prone to outbursts, like tantrums, starting fights and arguments, because you have emotions are running high. And you also have the storm card, so it could be a loud person or a person that gets loud when they're upset or just throws fits and tantrums. That could be a personality aspect of this person. Those of you where this was a specific betrayal, like an active betrayal, it could be related to the 5th house in astrology, 10th house in astrology, or 11th house themes. It could be something affiliated with those energies. Okay, and my throat is tingling, so somebody was running their mouth. Okay, so possibly damaging your reputation, sabotaging your career and network, actively attempting to stop your opportunities, I'm hearing specifically that some of these people in this pile that are watching your social media that fall in this group, they would actively try to set themselves up for opportunities that were meant for you when you weren't around. Another specific message, if it's an ex, this is someone that possibly cheated on you with someone you know. So it could be they cheated on you with a friend, someone from your network or job, or something similar like to that, right? Regardless of what happened and how and who this is, pile one, this is a person you cut off. You cut this person off. You know, so it doesn't have to be any of the specific scenarios I said. Again, 5th house themes, 10th house themes, 11th house themes. Like I said, you have lots of energy here from this person that just is lacking, and also kind of on some level at least wants you to lack as well. So if you look at the tarot cards, you have the 8 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the 6 of Swords, and then if you go back up, you have the Orphan in the Desert again, those cards. And even after the 6 of Swords, you have the 3 of Swords. So you cut this person completely off. Yeah, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Like, you cut this person off, you're done with them. Matter of fact, they're probably stalking you from like a fake profile with that show the world the real you in the snake. Like, this is a person that you cut off contact with. You probably have them blocked, because this is definitely someone you would block. And all of these cards showing you moving completely away from this person and, you know, not dealing with them. They're likely creeping from like some secret page or something, okay? Yeah, with all of these cards here, I'm seeing that you pulled back not only from this person, but you took some time away from other people as well. Like, you took some space with that Hermit card at the bottom. And with the 6 of Coins, this is a person you did a lot for. You gave a lot to. Like, you even helped them financially sometimes. So you took this betrayal, or however this situation ended, really hard, okay? You've got the 3 of Swords on one side of the 6 of Pentacles. You've got the 10 of Swords on the other side of it. Like, it really hurt you to have to sever ties with this person. But again, that 10 of Swords leads to that alone time. You know, feeling defeated in that 10 of Swords, forcing you to go inside yourself, away from other people for a little while, because of how hard this was for you to cut off contact with this person that you cared so deeply about, that clearly never had your best interest in mind, right? So what do they want? Why are they lurking your page? Why are they lurking your socials? I'm going to be honest and say that this person doesn't want anything that serves you. And if this person reaches out to you with that letter card next to the snake and the journal in reverse, you'll clearly see their real intentions. Like, if they comment or message you from a fake profile, it'll be clear as day who it is and that it's them. Okay? And even if they come from, or they try to with their real page, if you unblock them, or if they try to get someone else to contact you, you'll very much so be able to feel their true intentions. With end of a tough cycle leading into the Orphan in the Desert card, and then you have the Healer on the other side of it, I just feel like you're really trying to find peace with the situation and move forward, and this person doesn't want that. They don't want that at all. This person wants to disrupt your peace with that Storm card, and many of them will attempt to disrupt your peace under the guise of healing the relationship or connection. And again, this doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It could be friend, family, ex-coworker. I'm hearing that this person needs you for support. Like this person needs you for the support from that Six of Pentacles. So whatever it was that you did, whether it's just simply the friendship, you know, because maybe you don't have other friends, it could be that simple. But Six of Pentacles, that's typically, you know, a person with means giving to a person that doesn't have as much. So they need you in some way. And that's going to be very clear and evident if they come back in. Because that's going to be what they do. They're going to try to heal the relationship so that they can go back to getting what they need from you, whatever that may be. Because I'm seeing that you cutting them off left them alone and lacking as well. So they need something. And I'm seeing that some of you dedicated a lot of time and energy building this relationship or friendship or whatever. And you don't have a lot of people that you're close to. But Spirit wants you to know, don't try to salvage this connection simply because of that. Things will get better, okay? They will definitely get better. Let this person go, okay? But yes, if you had a feeling prior to, or maybe you didn't, you thought they moved on as well, they didn't. This person is watching your social media, okay? So that's all I have for you, pile number one. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Alright, pile two, who's watching or stalking your social media? Now, this is a bit different, this energy. It is, I'm not gonna lie. So, I flipped the Moonology deck over first, like those cards, and they say nothing will come of the situation. Take time to breathe out. The answers you need are coming, and surrender to the divine. So, I'm gonna lead with, regardless of whether or not the following messages resonate, because they are very specific, Spirit wants you to know that the person watching your social media is exactly who you think it is, and that everything will be revealed and work out as it should. So if any of these energies following this don't resonate, then this was your message, okay? So strong feminine energy, but not necessarily like this is a feminine person. Doesn't have to be, because I'm getting a mix. It's just for whatever reason hitting me. Maybe it's the Moon card and the High Priestess, possibly. But yes, that's the energy that I'm getting. Now, this is why it's different. This is different. I'm going to go ahead and ask you, pile two. All the way at the left, the Tarot card, that Knight of Swords. Who is that? Because you know exactly who that is, whether or not you know who that is in passing, or if there's a real connection there. But that Knight of Swords, okay, just work with me here. That Knight of Swords is liking and or commenting on your posts or pictures, or maybe that's a friend of yours, or it could be your partner. I'm not saying it's not your current partner. I'm saying it doesn't have to be. Some of you, a lot of you, it won't be. Okay, but this is a person that's on your social media in some form, whether they're liking, commenting, or you posted something that had them in it, or something like that. So who is that? And I say that because I'll list out the different scenarios that who this person could be. So this could be someone where there's a mutual interest between the two of you, but you're not together. Like it hasn't taken off yet. It could be your current partner. Definitely could be. Okay, if you have one. This could be someone with a crush on you that, you know, it may be one-sided. It doesn't matter if you're interested. This could be a person with a crush on you. And honestly, like I said, it could be a friend, but some of these Knights of Swords from this pile simply like what you post, and it's not even that deep. That's why they're liking things and commenting. So I lead with this Knight of Swords to say, plot twist, the person watching your social media is only doing it in the process of tracking that Knight of Swords. And this isn't some random stalker this person has either. Like, there's time and emotional investment here. So, like, I'm saying some of these, like, that person might even, like, they might have a child with this person that's watching your social media. That Knight of Swords I'm talking about. Yeah, like I said, a mix of energies. So just pay attention to that Knight of Swords, because that's the person that's key to finding out who this person is for you that's watching your social media. Because yeah, the Knight of Swords is on your social media, but they're not stalking it. They may be, but the energy of this pile is not that the Knight of Swords is stalking you. It's that this other person trying to get to this Knight of Swords is stalking you. And I'll go into detail as I develop it. So, the person watching your social media likely, you know what, definitely was in a long-term commitment with this Knight of Swords. Like, long enough to establish a real commitment with the vow. So possibly children, possibly marriage, but regardless, just some type of stable foundation of a relationship, whatever that would have looked like for these two people. And the relationship was established enough for the person that's watching your social media to be reliant with the sustainer card, like sustained by this Knight of Swords in some way, whatever that may be. So there's a sense of need radiating from this person that's watching your social media's energy. Like, that animal card is very much the energy that they're in. Like, this person is on the hunt. Very primal energy from this person watching your social media right now. They're acting from some primal energy right now. Their primal instincts, which these primal instincts feel our basic human and fundamental needs. So that's just what we need to survive in this world. So food, water, shelter, safety, protection, just basic survival. That's the energy this person is in, survival mode, that's watching your social media. But in regards to this Knight of Swords, okay? So you have the sickle, the gentleman, the bouquet. Now again, the Knight of Swords does not have to be that person that is on that gentleman card. It could be anyone in your life that fits the description I'm giving you, okay? Some of you, it will definitely be that gentleman card, that person that is on that card. A lot of you, it won't be. It'll be whoever fits this criteria. Right now, we just have cards representing people just to get the description out of the situation and the scenario, right? So notice the gentleman is looking away from the flower being cut out in the sickle and towards the bouquet. That's relevant because this person that's watching your social media feels that the Knight of Swords cut them off, broke up with them to pursue other flowers, right? And this person that's watching your social media feels like you're either in that bouquet or possibly the whole bouquet. Okay, they just want to make sure that this Knight of Swords isn't offering you what was taken from them. Okay. Now, Spirit has already told this person that's watching your social media that it is over between the Knight of Swords and them. Like, it's very clear. It's not that this person that is in the gentleman card, that Knight of Swords, that this person is leading on the person that's watching your social media. It's very clear that this Knight of Swords is not coming back to this person, but they're still watching your social media because with that Three of Pentacles next to the Knight of Swords, they feel the Knight of Swords kind of planted some seeds there to pursue you or to be with you, or whatever. It doesn't even have to be that deep. Like I said, maybe that person just liked your content, they're clicking like, but the person, their ex, is taking it for a lot more than it is for some of you. And those of you that are with this person or in pursuit of or being pursued by this person, that person's ex can see that and they don't like it at all. Okay. With that Nine of Wands and that Nine of Swords, this person is very stressed out behind this Knight of Swords, like very stressed out. Okay. And then you have the High Priestess, and then you have the Moon card. It's just really actively working to find out what the situation is, what's going on between the two of you, what's going on between that Knight of Swords and other people, because again, they're watching you by association to this Knight of Swords. If this Knight of Swords hadn't showed any interest or attention towards you, that you wouldn't even be on this person's radar. Everything that they're looking at on your social media is 100% in relation to this person that is their ex. Whether or not it's your friend or just somebody that may be interested in you that you're paying dust, or if it's someone that just likes your content, their ex is like over evaluating everything that they do on the internet because they don't have contact with them anymore. And so they're kind of looking at you to, one, watch them, and two, to make sure you're not trying to step into their old role. So yeah. But again, with that High Priestess and the Moon, which that's also lurking energy, but it's just not being able to see what's going on, and honestly not even interpreting what they see correctly or clearly. So even if you are in a relationship with this Knight of Swords, or in pursuit of or being pursued by this Knight of Swords, that person's ex sees the situation as much more than it already is, or is already creating scenarios. Like if it's a new situation, that person already thinks that it's a very deep situation. You might just be trying to get to know this person, but like their ex feels like you're already their person, if that makes sense. Like that person's energy is very heavy right now. Like they are really going through it, trying to reach that point though of acceptance of that situation is over. Because I mean, again, time and emotional energy and resources put into the situation, you know, I could see how, but yeah, that's not really fair to you that they're watching you and sending their negative energy towards you. You should probably protect yourself, not necessarily physically, but you know, psychic barriers and such. Cleanse yourself often. I mean, honestly, the evil eye is real. I have videos up about it, so this very easily could have been a pile from one of those videos. Yeah, but what's going on with this person that's watching you is they really don't see things clearly, and even the things that they are seeing clearly, it's like they have a strong feeling that this Knight of Swords left them to pursue other options, which is true. But they, like, I'm looking at that last row of tarot cards right now. See, with that Seven of Elixirs cups, that's the person pursuing other options, and that's the person that's watching you by trying to watch them, seeing that person's options. And it just really bothers this person that's watching you that with that Six of Wands, that's the card of victory. The idea of this person being happy and successful after rejecting them to be with someone else really bothers them. So again, a lot of you aren't even like in that type of connection with that Knight of Swords. It might even be a co-worker. It could literally be a co-worker, just some person that you work with, and oh, let me follow you on social media. Oh, look, such and such posted this. Like, oh, ha ha ha, that's a work inside joke. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it could be very much that quote unquote innocent of a situation, but this person may be manipulating it. Now, some of you, this person is truly watching you with your current partner, and they're just very upset that they are the ex in this situation. Like, they do not like it. They don't like that this person's moved on. It is that for some of you, but it could be very much, especially if this doesn't resonate, it could be a random coworker that has like an ex that found your page because they watch everything that this person likes and comments on. You get what I'm saying? So that's what's happening for you right now. Okay, basically the person watching you, pile 2, is someone tracking you to track their ex, whoever this ex may be in your life. Okay, that's all I have for you, pile number 2. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 3, who's watching Stalking Your Social Media? This is an interesting pile. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That is a quartz crystal that you selected, and the last cards of the reading, the way that I positioned them, you have the key and the clock tower. So there's a revelation, some clarity coming in, okay? A realization of some sort. And if I look straight up, there's your dreams need a practical plan, and then the destroyer. So somebody's plans got flipped upside down or are about to. Somebody's twiddling their thumbs and really just sitting on something instead of taking action. Very much so, and spirit is not having it. Things will flip and some action will be forced to be made. Okay, whether that's a message for you or just insight on to this person, that very clearly came through just now. So I'm gonna lead with, you know who this is. You definitely do. Whether it's just an inkling, a feeling, a lot of you know who this is. There are a few of you that may not quite see, but the vast majority of the people that select this pile, you know who this is. So if you don't feel like you know who's stalking your social media, this either isn't your pile, or stick around and you'll realize, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, because you have eyes at the top and everything. Like, you've got the tear, you've got the mystic, which is also a very psychic and aware card. Not saying you're psychic, you could be, but this is a very heavy water influence pile. Okay, take from that what you may. Now, I definitely see that for most of you, this is a divine counterpart, or one or both of you perceive this other person to be their divine counterpart. So if you don't know who this is, this person sees you as their divine counterpart. If you do know who this is, either you think that or they think that, okay? Whether or not it's true, because this is the perception. And again, I see that it very well could be, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be a nice soulmate connection. It's still a very loving, romantic connection that the two of you share. Very psychic connection, regardless of what the label is, okay? And I say that because my attention is now in the middle, well, almost middle, under the destroyer. You know that your dreams need a practical plan card. If you look, that is the full moon in Taurus, and to the left of that you have the full moon in Scorpio. Now, if you have maybe not a basic but an intermediate understanding of astrology, you'll know the Scorpio Taurus axis, you know, these are opposite signs, right? A polarity. They're on the opposite side of the chart from one another, wherever they fall in your chart or other people's chart or whatever chart you're looking at in terms of astrology. Scorpio and Taurus will always be opposite. That's just where they fall, okay? So I just feel like that's a balancing of opposite energies coming in to a center, to opposite sides, right? Which you could consider divine counterparts. And you also have underneath those, you have the King of Elixirs, which is the King of Cups, and then you have the Ace of Elixirs, which is the Ace of Cups, followed by the Queen of Cups. So that's divine union, right? Whether it's a new connection or not, it's a fresh start to a new one, you know, so it doesn't have to be a new person coming in. I don't feel like it is for a portion of you, but that's the energy right now. And like I said, very heavy influence, specifically Scorpio and Cancer. That's the strongest two of the three water signs, because you have again all of that water, and then you have the Scorpio card, well, the Scorpio Taurus axis, and then you have the Chariot, which is Cancer. Now, that doesn't mean Pisces isn't here. It just means those are the two most prominent in the situation I get. Some of you definitely have Pisces placements, or this person does, because, you know, water influence, and then you have the mutable moon, which that is the mutable water sign, Pisces. So it's kind of lurking in the background for those of you, but you may be outnumbered by people with Scorpio and Cancer placements. This person, regardless of the past history or lack of, is struggling to approach you. It's a very slow moving energy, okay? Some of you, it's a recent connection. Others, like I said, we're talking about reestablishing contact. Take it as it resonates. If this is a connection with history, there's a lot of pain associated with that. You have the destroyer, the tear, the venom, lots of pain. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like lots of physical trauma or anything of that nature. It could be as extreme or as little as possible. It's just a connection that has some turbulence, okay? The thing about it is, Spirit says you have to release that if you want this to work. Remember that Scorpio-Taurus axis of balancing those two energies, right? You have to find balance in these opposing energies. If this is a recent connection, this represents this person's fear of approaching you, fear of rejection. It's like they're gathering the courage to come in, especially with that mutable moon and that cardinal moon. You know, nothing is set in stone. Be bold and make the first move. They're just struggling on finding the balance and figuring out what to do. You know, all of these people watching group 3, like all of the people watching your socials, they're trying to strategize a plan. That's probably the plan that I picked up on at the beginning of the reading, of how to come in appropriately. So it's like, you look at the Temperance card all the way to the left. They've been trying to overly moderate this situation. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They're trying to over moderate the situation. And then with the 3 of Swords, underneath that, be bold and make the first move. You know, your dreams need a practical plan. Spirit is not having it anymore. Spirit is pushing them to come in and make this happen. And then, like, making them come into that union. So you have Temperance followed by the 3 of Swords. Like, you're just idle, trying to overly moderate the situation, trying to overly be balanced, trying to control things too much. You can't do that anymore. Stop it. It's time to come into union with this person for whatever reason. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a divine connection. It could simply just be a relationship that's destined to happen for both of your growth, right? Because again, King of Cups, Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups. This situation needs to happen. Spirit wants this person to come into you, and that's why they're lurking in the background, because they feel that call, but they're trying to strategize a little bit too much, and Spirit is like, cut that out. It's time to move. And I say that because on the other side of that union, on the other side of that Queen of Cups, you have the Chariot, right? The Chariot card is running to make a physical effort in that Knight of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles energy at the end of that line, okay? Now, it shows constructive building, that Knight of Pentacles and 8 of Pentacles. But again, that's the slowest moving Knight. He's been laboring in that card. He's been laboring. He's on the horse. You have on the other side of it, again, the 8 of Pentacles, which is work, work, work. It shows this person has been making this much harder than it has to be. Like, the situation is much harder than, like, it appears to be much harder than it has to be to this person, and they're doing way too much. That's what Spirit is saying. So, Spirit, this person had a revelation recently. So, Spirit says to expect them to come out of lurk mode soon, because if you look down, like I said at the beginning, they have the key and the clock tower. So it's like they have the key to the clock tower now, an awakening. So, and that's also a play on time. It's like the time is now to act. So I would expect this person to come in, I won't say racing in quickly, but fairly quickly. In the fairly near future, you'll probably have your you'll have the revelation that, yeah, it's who I thought it was lurking my page. This person has been lurking my page, because they'll come out and talk to you. Now, are they going to tell you they were lurking your page? No. They're not going to tell you that, but that'll be the clarification that they were, because they'll start talking to you, especially if it's somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. It's like, where'd you come from, almost. But that's exactly what's happening. You know, Spirit is saying the time is now to act. Spirit is saying you can't overly plan. Are you going to approach this person or no? Stop watching their social media if you aren't. That kind of thing. So that's who's lurking your page, pile 3. And again, it's a very beautiful connection. When this person eventually comes in, if they do as Spirit is pushing them to do, I feel like most of these people will. Some of them may not, but that's free will and all that. But Spirit is pushing for this to happen. When it comes through for a lot of you, it's going to be a very beautiful connection. Again, you have the Scorpio Taurus axis, and you also have, you know, the divine counterparts in the King and Queen of Cups, 2 separate decks popping out, you know, and then you have the Ace of Cups in the middle. The pause that I had was a kind of a realization. Normally I try to not do too much with the energies unless I feel them strongly, but in this connection that I see, it doesn't have to be. Some of you, it'll be, you know, it won't be that way. It's the masculine that has to offer the Ace of Cups. I say that because when I was talking about the fact that the King of Elixirs came out with the Queen of Cups and it was 2 separate decks, I had a realization that because of that Ace of Elixirs, I feel like that cup came with that deck because it wants to. Okay, so I just got that it wants to emphasize that in this pile, now take it as it resonates, it should be the masculine that offers that cup for this union. And I say that because it's very interesting to see with that Mystic card now, that clarity was required with pile 3, because you've been lurking this person's page too. It all comes out. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Why is that standing out now? It's standing out. I'm like, why would this pile need to know that that person needs to be the person that offers the cup? And it's because, you know, you're probably watching this thinking like, okay, I'm lurking that page too. Like, should I be the one to offer the cup? No, you don't offer the cup in this connection if you identify as the feminine. The masculine has to offer this cup, which is why, you know, that Ace of Elixirs is there. That cup comes with that King. So lurking this person's page, and then had the nerve to come to a video to see if they're lurking yours. I love y'all so much. It's so funny when I dig into the energies and things like that pop up. There's nothing wrong with that. Y'all like each other, but don't you dare reach out, because that's not what Spirit is saying. It's that person, that masculine's job to do that. So that's all I have for you, pile number 3. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.